Financial literacy. It's a term we've all heard a lot recently. If you do a web search, you'll find a lot of definitions. Let me give you mine. Financial literacy is the life skill of understanding how money works in the world. And this encompasses a lot of areas. We spend money every day. We make big decisions on cars and houses, 401k investments, private pensions, our individual investments. Do we buy stocks? Do we buy bonds? Do we have a cash reserve? If we have debt, how do we pay that off and not get back into it? Or better yet, how do we avoid debt in the first place? Every day of our lives leads us either a little closer or further away with our purchasing decisions to our goals. And that is the key, in my opinion, to the foundation of financial literacy and life skills around money. The foundation is understanding what you want. All of those decisions that are made and how money works in the world all should be keyed off of what you want. And so often we don't demonstrate this to our kids when they're young. Why? Because we're working so hard at making sure they've got their backpacks and their school books and they're off to school and they're well fed and they brush their teeth, and there's so many different life skills that we're trying to teach them. So let me give you a foundational one, a place to start. The most important life skill to start financial literacy is really defining the goals or the values that your family has around money. I call it family money. Then, as purchasing decisions are being made, then you can make a decision and talk out loud with your kids about why you will or will not purchase or do an activity or purchase an item. Because it's either in alignment to that goal or not. Let me give you an example. If you're in a store with a child, and this happens all the time. I was at Target a couple years ago with my daughter, and she saw a Barbie that she absolutely loved and had to have. But of course, she had multiple Barbies at home. But I did take the time, I slowed down, and I oogled the Barbie with her and really made sure she knew that I thought, wow, that's awesome. Because it's important that you value their desires. We all have desires. But I proceeded to let her know, because the I want started, like, I want it, Mom, can we buy it? That right now our family money was going towards your trip we were going to take in a few months. And that Dad and I were so excited to go on this trip with she and her sister that we didn't have family money to purchase that item. However, if it was really important to her, I wanted to give her options on how to purchase it. So I told her she could do some chores for me and we could come back and buy it later. Or she could put it on a wish list for a birthday or for a holiday gift. She looked at the Barbie for a few more minutes and she put the Barbie down and she proceeded on. She knew how to get the Barbie if she wanted it. She felt valued because I took the time to really, yes, you have desires and I understand your desires. Do you think she bought the Barbie? No, it wasn't worth her doing chores for. It was an impulse buy. But how often are all of us affected by impulses? But if we have that foundational desire, those values of what's most important to us in life financially, it makes the decisions much easier. These days, shopping with my kids recently for back to school, I'll see them pick up an item of clothing or something else, and they're working with their own budgets now, their own family money. And they'll look at it, they'll think about it, they'll either buy it or they'll put it down. It's either in alignment with what they want or it's not. And I don't even have to have the conversation with them anymore. But it took many years of having conversations around, is it in alignment with our family goals or not? So financial literacy can start that easily. Teaching it, because you are anyways, whether you've put this into place or not, you are teaching your kids about money every single day with the decisions that you're making. So make them out loud. Take this next week and really spend some time, if you haven't clearly defined what your family money is being spent on, what your goals are long term. Take some time and define that this week. And the next time that you have a decision to make with your children present, or they've got a case of the I wants, or you have a case of the I want, then you can put it next to those goals and to those values and make a better decision. Decision to be financially happy. So when you reach those goals, ultimately, you'll have what you want and the opportunity doesn't slip through your hands. Let's continue the conversation on Facebook. Please remember, I don't know your personal situation. If you have further questions, please reach out to your financial advisor or your CPA. Have a wonderful afternoon.